once you brought a car into Nigerian port, you pay your custom duty, your car is being cleared out. Immediately you come out, even within Apapa, you will find some custom officers. They will stop you along the way, they will say, okay, this is underpayment. And you still have to pay them 200, 300,000 before they release your car for you to move on. If you come down to Abuja, they will say, okay, this is underpayment. So what is the problem? Who is underpaying who? It's the same officers that release this car. And the same officers are saying that this is underpayment. And the same officer will collect kickbacks and allow this car to go. This is a very wrong move. People, car dealers wanted to import their car through the port. But this is actually what they happening. All these officers in uniform, they know what is happening. They have been there once. They just become officers here. They were there at the port, they know what is going on. So I think the issue, if a person brought a car through the Nigerian port, I think there is no way or no reason why any other custom officer will say you are paying underpayment. That is no good. Two, issue of underage vehicles. I personally went to Germany last year, January. I bought about 10 cars. These 10 cars I want to give out to my constituencies. I bought this car, the highest amount I bought is 300 euro. But when I come to the port, they say I have to pay 450,000 for clearing. And you said the tariff is only 35%. How do you compute? Car I bought about 160,000 naira, I should end up paying 360,000 for duty. How do you compute that? The tariff man will answer this question. And the issue, the third issue is about the cars that are roaming this Nigerian state, the cars that are without duty. Well, your organization is a money-making organization or a revenue-generating organization. There are people who wanted to pay their own custom duty, but there is no way they will pay because they say the portal is closed. I'm appealing to you or to your organization to open this portal, allow Nigerians to pay their duty. That way you gain a lot of revenue generation into it. These cars used to find their way into Nigeria, no matter how much you say, how you close the border. No matter these cars still find their way into Nigeria. So I think if your car finds its way into Nigeria, there's nothing you can do about it. This car has to fly Nigerian roads. So the only thing to do is allow this car to pay their own duty. So let them roam about freely. When you talk about rickety vehicles, imported vehicles are rickety vehicles, I will disagree with you in this point. Most of these vehicles you are talking about, they are rickety, the ones that are used to spoil on the road, they are almost about 30 years old. They got spoiled around the road because of tear and wear, not those cars that are being imported. If you say you stop underage vehicles into coming to Nigeria, that means you are depriving Nigerians, ordinary Nigerians from buying vehicles. Because no ordinary Nigerian can buy brand new vehicle. It's very expensive. So what you should do is, please allow these cars to come, let them pay the appropriate duties, and let everybody use his own car. Thank you.
Because of the discretion and sometimes the indiscretion of our officers, where compromise is being made between the importers and the officers, we have to put other layers to check these things. And that is why you sometimes will find out, let me say this, that there are cloned custom documents going about. Agents will connive with the officers. When you pay as an importer, you give him the correct duty, he will calculate the correct amount of the duty you're supposed to pay with all charges. He gives you, and you give him the money. He will go and connive with a custom officer and reduce the distance, and then they clone the paper, and you take the vehicle out. For the FOU chap, as far as he's concerned, that paper you presented did not meet the requisite requirement. That happens sometimes to innocent importers. There are also importers who connive directly with the agents and reduce the duty, and then expect that that paper, when it's out, that is done. It's not like Bible and Quran, no. It's subject to checking. And if we discover that the value of the car that you are riding is not commensurate with the duty you pay, then you question. And let me also say, the issue of saying you buy a car for 180,000 naira or also euro. Cost duty of car is not only the value of the car you bought the car. There's cost of the vehicle, there's insurance, there's freight. All these are calculated to what you pay as duty. So sometimes we need to ask questions before we begin to fight the system. If they give you an amount, ask the customs officer, what is the composition of this amount? What are the subheads that makes up this total? He will explain to you. It's not only because you bought a car for 130 euro, and therefore you mean you will come and just look at the cost of the car and then that. No, there's insurance, there's freight. All those are calculated and added to the value based on the cost. So you pay. That's what the law says. So it's not that So let us ask questions. I'm sure our officers will be able to explain some of these things. And that's why the issue of underpayment do arise. Because if you compromise, or your agent compromise, in most cases agent, now we have taken the steps in custom to prosecute agents, because we have discovered that agents are cheating importers. We will give they know the correct charges. They will calculate everything and give it to you, and you give them the money. They will go and take that money, and then if you say your car is 2018 or 2019, they will go and reduce that car to 2009, and then say it's accidental. And they know that the value will drop, and they will pay that. And when you bring that car out, and an FOU officer sees you with that car, and you present that document, he looks at the car, it does not meet that description, and therefore you are liable to pay another money. So this is what is happening. This is what is happening, and we are doing the best we can, but always ask the question. And that's why we're trying to automate the system. By e-custom, you can sit in your house. You want to import Mercedes 250E. You will see the freight, you will see what is the insurance on it, what is the freight on it. You calculate your duty. You can pay online without talking to anybody. Then you can ask an agent to go and collect it for you. It makes it easier. We are trying to automate the system. And once that is automated, this discretion will remove completely. And therefore, agents will not, but today, agents are one of our biggest problems. Because they give a different listing, and they go and do a different thing. And they give you, when they collect the paper, you don't even know which one is genuine, which one is not genuine. As far as we are concerned, you have a genuine custom paper. But by the time the officer looks at it and says it's not genuine, the quarrel will start. How come? Is it not from custom that it comes? It might not be from custom. It might not be from custom. So these are some of the things. But we are available for questions. And I want to grab the indulgence of members. If there's an incident that happened where you see that an officer, or there's a likelihood of connivance or corrupt activities, please draw our attention.